Nephilim update.
Nephilim update. Nephilim update. Nephilim update.
If you're new to the show, the Nephilim are the giants of old, the men of renown, the offspring of the unholy union between the sons of God, the B'nai Ha-Elohim, and the daughters of men, the daughters of Adam, as mentioned in Genesis 6. And part of the flood of Noah was not because of just bad people, but a corruption in the genetic line. Or at least that's how the theory goes, and that's what the whole Nephilim thing is in context, briefly. But today, Basil, I got something fun. It's a couple weeks old, but it's okay. I can't believe I missed this. This is coming from SeekingAlpha.com. You're always seeking alpha.
Yeah.
And the headline is Nephilim, Sons of the 3X Bulls. If you don't know, Seeking Alpha is a investment strategy website.
Oh, it's a stock bro thing.
Stockbroker website.
Stonk bros.
So this is a very interesting article because it's talking about a product, like a financial product. But he's got this nickname for it. But he starts off with a whole header with the Genesis, from the Bible, and then he starts off with the legend. And he cites Genesis 6:4. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. So what does this article say? And admittedly, some of this is going to be over your head because it was over my head, because I'm not a financial investor, advisor, stonks guy. The Big Money and Leveraged 3X ETFs was published in May 2020. Most of my development work since then has been feeble attempts to design effective ways of analyzing these instruments. One tentative conclusion I've come to is 3X bulls on major stock indices or indexes offer the simplest and best practical chance for an individual to quickly amass great wealth. The long-term numbers are so strong that they should arguably be a standard component in large portfolios. My analytical methodology is driven by principles of applied information theory, which I picked up from the School of Hard Knocks. New concepts in computational finance describe some of the major design considerations, noting that they are quite similar to aspects of the work of Stephen Wolfram, who I don't know who that is, maybe some hotshot investor guy. This methodology provides better market insight than the mathematical, statistically oriented approach. The latest term to describe my techniques is applied information theory, Nephilim logic. Ooh. ETFs on major indexes were a major step forward in many different ways. For example, they allow longer analytical lookbacks without survivor bias at some costs in granularity. 3X bulls provide similar analytical benefits because of the artificially increased volatility. Nephilim are created by holding a 3X bull during the CO close to open finite state and holding a non-leveraged ETF during OC open to close. The combined return streams create a new security. Nephilim seems to be an appropriate term for the concept. At the same time, it is not easy to find a memorable term to describe non-leveraged ETFs. So here I use daughters of men to maintain the symbolism. So what I think what he means is like this combination of 3X bulls, like this combo of stocks or whatever, and doing this methodology of, I don't know, doing some kind of holding, selling thing during closed hours and open hours. He calls the Nephilim as like a positive thing because it's, son of renown or men of renown, mighty men of old, men of renown. I think people highlight that too much and think it's a good thing, like a heroic thing. And then the daughters of men being the non-leveraged ETFs, so the more traditional form, is daughters of men. So I don't know. It's very strange.
No, it is very interesting because we've seen Nephilim pop up in mostly sort of fringy pop culture things like anime, comic books, Reddit fan fiction, what else? Video games, stuff like that, kind of things. Look, and I say nerd stuff, but I say that lovingly. I mean, nerds out there, you know that you have my utmost respect and love. But it's funny because investing bro, stonk bro stuff is basically just the same kind of thing. Like it's, hopefully somebody's making money, but that's not always the case. But it's a love of systems, you know. That's really what's at the core of nerd culture is a love of systems and lore and things like that. And that's exactly what really hardcore stonk bro stuff is. And so it makes total sense to me that they are latching on to this this whole concept, or perhaps it's the next step in the Nephilim sort of solidifying their way, integrating themselves into the cultures across the world right now.
Well, we have the Nephilim.
That's very funny.
We have the Nephilim as part of the hacker or the malware. Well, not malware. What was it? Yeah, the malware. So we got that going on.
Yes, hackers, malware.
So this is a whole nother angle here. Let me read a little bit more. Creation process. I modified my data build procedure recently to improve processing speed and facilitate Nephilim logic. The performance... I don't think I can take a guy seriously where he comes into a thing trying to pitch some kind of his strategy for investing. He's like, I call it the Nephilim logic. And gets all amped about it. I'd be like, oh man, did you not read the Bible? Like you quote it. The performance part.
Maybe he's hoping to sort of call upon the dark powers to help him make a bunch of money.
He's like, I know who rules the world here. Maybe if I appeal to them, they will show themselves, and I can. And it's fun all the riches
because the sort of original sort of fringy pop culture stuff or crowd that got obsessed with the Nephilim, besides the sort of Christian side of it, is occultists.
Right. So
if you know stonk bros, they'll do anything.
They will
to turn
anything.
A profit.
Yeah.
And if it involves selling your soul or something, then a lot of them will go for it.
The performance part of the project went on for several months and got a bit intense, and all the excitement, I temporarily forgot about the Nephilim part. The creation process is simple. I don't even know why he said that, but okay. And it shows the stocks, and it goes in all the details, and yada, yada, yada. It gets very complicated.
I don't know. I'm with the chat, man. I'm sticking with Mr. Gox. The hamster.
Yeah.
Remember the hamster?
Yeah, the crypto
choosing hamster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't need no Nephilim, folks. All you need is a cute little hamster with a desk, and he will choose the wealth finding strategies that you're looking for.
I love the chart
need
here.
You need to call upon the Nephilim.
The chart is called 10-year Nephilim and ETF return. It's like, oh, the Nephilim returning in 10 years?
The Nephilim return. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So there you go. I just thought this was a hilarious Nephilim update. Haven't had one in a while, and I did a check and I found this article and I thought, wow, this guy really named his investment strategy as the Nephilim process or whatever.
We'll see how it goes.
Joseph Friedman, software developer, so it seems like a real human.
Maybe he listens to the show.